सभी लोग हमें तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते
नमस्कार
वनकम
नमस्कार
खुशामदी
सलामकुम
सत श्री अकाल
మీకు అందరికీ వందనము
जय स्वामी नारायण
जय श्री कृष्ण
जय जिनेन्द्र
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोलते हैं याली मदद
मराली मदद बोलते हुए सारे फीजी मंदिर को बोगे नीसा बुला बंदजन हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे मैं सवाल तो बाबा
and of course myself Altu Rani लेकर आपके लिए एक और drive time that's going to make it totally exciting and totally मस्तानी बन जाने
and of course right now let's go see what's happening on the roads with our Bay Area.
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
And of course, let me tell you, there's a huge backup, I should say, in Union City area actually, 880 southbound, yes. When I say back, I'm talking about really slow traffic happening on there. 880 is really getting busy right now, but just because economy is opening up, as you guys know. And San Francisco, of course, they actually have even opened up amusement parks right now, Burjan. I'm talking about the giant wheel in San Francisco is opened up right now for people to actually book ahead of time. You got to maintain social distancing and everything, but again, Santa Clara County is still mindful of the fact that you can't go attend sporting events. Indoor sporting events not allowed to go at Temperature, but I think they might ease some of the restrictions for outdoor events probably, but we don't know. We'll get you more information as they open up all these things. But the economy is kind of opening up right now. Hopefully jobs are going to come back because I don't know where the relief is going to come. We'll actually see the news items and see if we have any updates on the relief coming out for people who are going through tough time during this COVID time and shutdown time and having no jobs and everything. We'll come to that, but let's see. Well, actually, somewhere in 580 Banjan, westbound, east of 98th Avenue, there's a disabled vehicle. It doesn't seem to be impacting traffic over there at all, but in San Francisco, there's an accident which actually is affecting the Grand Avenue traffic there. The lane is affected because I see delays in that region, at least to 2-3 blocks there's a delay on that thing for sure. 280 has reported an accident, actually more of it's a disabled vehicle right now on El Monte Road in Los Altos, but the good thing about 280, you guys know, right, actually is always not much of traffic happening in that region. Without any kind of, I should say, traffic incidents of that, heavy traffic in San Jose. That's why, Banjan, it is actually the intersection of 280 and 680 on 101. That ramp, that is northbound 280 and exiting at the 101 actually. So 101 southbound getting onto 280. There's a backup over there. It doesn't say as to why the backup is, but the huge backup all the way starting from 101 to pretty much, I'm trying to see the street where actually to almost the, oh my god, 11th Street tak. There's actually a backup over there. It's a huge backup. Probably reset your arrival date at times if at all you happen to be traveling those regions. So drive very, very carefully. Weather-wise, nice hot weather, Faltani. Same as yesterday. Can you believe it? We're going to have mid-80s weather. Yeah.
Really? Mid-80s today? It's going to go that hot? It was nice and cool in the morning, right?
It was, but actually it's going to be like, it's still nice and cool at 63 in that range right now, but it's going to get a little bit hotter, 83, 85, the mid-80s like aayega. And stay hydrated, I should say. And of course, there is still the warning of power shut-offs at different places. Even AT&T is saying that they also have some places where there'll be outages.
Oh, I had a notification that came also yesterday.
What did it say?
That there is a possible outage. I have to see. I didn't actually pay attention to it. I was like, okay, well, again, another outage. Big deal, right?
Well, Baja, let's see. I gave you the update on what's happening on the roads and also the weather part of it. Let's see what's the headlines today. Faltani, what's headlines today?
Well, there's a bunch of headlines, Alta Baba. One of the big things is that yesterday during his rally in Pennsylvania, Trump touted the economy and warned the people of the Biden depression.
Whoa.
Yes. And now, guess who's going to be campaigning for Biden there in the battleground state of Pennsylvania?
Obama, I suppose.
Yes, President Barack Obama. White House's Kudlow says that it is a sunny and optimistic morning in coronavirus negotiations, according to a new CNBC report. However, White House Democrats are going to face Senate Republican opposition in the coronavirus aid package. COVID-19 updates. The U.S. Northeast states discourage travel, and California has rebuffed theme parks. Italy's daily coronavirus cases have now soared to new daily record above 15,000. Remember that French teenager, a teenage killer who paid students, who beheaded that teacher? Well, he apparently paid students to identify the teacher before the beheading. Pope says homosexuals should be covered by civil union laws. A late night shooting in a Houston club here in the United States killed 3 people, and the 4th one is now critical. Verizon profit beats estimates on remote working boost. PayPal is going to open up their network to cryptocurrencies. Global democracy is at risk from cyber attack onslaught, says the Microsoft president. Defeat for Trump would mean some other world leaders also would lose out. Who are these people? Xi Jinping, Mohammed bin Salman, and also Kim Jong-un. That's the news that's coming out. India is at the doorstep of a revival process, according to RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das. Political crisis in Pakistan deepens after the kidnapping of a police official. And Mumbai police summons Kangana Ranaut and her sister Rangoli Chandel over communal tension case.
What? Why are they being what do you say this? Extorted right now?
No, they're not. Apparently, they've incited communal tensions and religious disharmony. so that's what's being said, and we'll bring you more updates shortly, Banja.
Yeah, Baja, I'll talk about that, but let me tell you one thing, Baja, no matter whatever happens, that don't get excited, don't get too anxious about things, Baja. Just आप अपने छाती पे हाथ रख के ना, मतलब आपके दिल के ऊपर हाथ रख के बस थोड़ा tap करना softly, and all you have to say is all is well, all is well,
all is well. Or you can say bam bam.
Yeah, same thing, same difference.
From the movie 3 Idiots, Banujan, this is our Ganika Kira for today.
Sonan Nigam ke आवाज से Banujan and parts of Shan and also Swanand Kirkire. And lyrics by Moitro Shantanu Moitro and Swanand Kirkige.
जब लाइफ हो आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल होठों को करके गोल होठों को करके गोल सीटी बजा के बोल जब लाइफ हो आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल होठों को करके गोल होठों को करके गोल सीटी बजा के बोल मुर्गी क्या जाने अंडे का क्या होगा अरे लाइफ मिलेगी या तवे पे फ्राई होगा
Scrambled probably.
कोई ना जाने अपना फ्यूचर क्या होगा होठ घुमा सीढ़ी बजा के बोल भैया all is well अरे भैया all is well अरे बच्चों all is well अरे भैया all is well
And yeah, but then 3 Idiots. What a nice movie, right? I don't know if that's movie we all went together. Remember me, you, Mahima ji?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, whole movie we could not laugh. Everybody else was laughing.
Because we knew the punchlines to almost every joke, Panjan, and it's not a good feeling when you know how a joke lands.
Yeah, that's why you gotta have a sense of wonder, I say sometimes,
Yeah.
That's why I am goofy many times.
प्यार से उसको समझा ले होठ घुमाओ सीढ़ी बजा के बोल भैया all is well
Don't take life too seriously, Batujan. No one gets out alive.
all is well
God.
Yeah, it is true, Father. I know it. And of course, Bajan, अगर आप life पे नहीं हंसोगे, life आपके पास हंसेगा, as what they say. And I totally believe in that, Father. That's why I laugh at life as often as possible.
Very good.
Yeah, my life is hilarious anyways.
अगर बत्तियां राख हो गई गौर तो फिर भी दिखा नहीं
बकरा क्या जाने उसकी जान का क्या होगा सीख घुसेगी या साला की माँ होगा कोई न जाने अपना फ्यूचर क्या होगा तो होठ घुमा सीढ़ी बजा के बोल भैया all is well अरे भैया all is well अरे चाचू all is well अरे भैया all
Yeah, true, man. Further, I'll tell you one thing. This is exactly what philosophy our POTUS, our supreme leader, is actually taking on, right?
Oh, really?
He thinks all is well.
All is well.
Yeah, he says everything. If he says all is well, actually. So, and I don't know why people give him a hard time. You liberal media people at least.
Hey, be quiet, man. What liberal media people कुछ भी बोलेगा? हाँ?
वाह कुछ भी बोलेगा. Seriously. हाँ, exactly. Liberal media people कुछ भी बोलेगा.
क्या?
हाँ.
Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you this, Banchan.
Yeah.
Ki, it is not about liberal media people. It is about the fact that whoever is speaking up against Trump, immediately they will go and brand them as liberal media.
Yeah, I'm branding you totally as liberal media, Faltran.
Eh,
Thank
random.
God, I'm going to bring the balance to this.
What?
Yeah, I'm like extreme.
Yes, you are extreme, Altura.
Rather, we're just going to see what's happening in the news for you guys. News and headlines will be top. And of course, you want to catch up on the news in detail. There is a blog called Media Mahima, and you can actually go check it out over there. We, of course, put in the pertinent stories for you guys to go read up on. And in fact, we also provided links where you can actually read up in detail about these stories as well. So go check it out, MediaMahima.com. And Abhi ke liye, we're going to see what is actually going off or passing off as news today. So, Faltani, what happened?
One of the main things that I do want to tell you, Bandajan, is we are into the middle of flu season already. A lot of our kids are catching the cold, and many of us this year, though, they've been saying, you'll be hearing all these things about how, what you call, you need to get a flu shot, all that good stuff, right? So one thing that experts are warning you and are telling you that before you get a flu shot, here is how you need to increase its effectiveness. Get a good night's sleep. Yes, absolutely, Banjan. Turns out that sleep may be vital to arm us in the fight against influenza and COVID-19. Medical professionals are recommending that people make sure to get their flu shots this year, in part because some COVID-19 and flu symptoms are similar. A flu shot reduces the likelihood that your symptoms, if you get sick, are from the flu. To make that flu shot effective, sleep specialist Matthew Walker, the best-selling author of Why We Sleep If You Get Sick, are from the told apparently Christian Amanpour, I don't know how many of you know about that, CNN's anchor, that good sleep hygiene is very, very important.
I'll tell you what, COVID has actually unraveled many things. We came to know about how dirty the politics is in America. We came to know how broken our system is. We came to know how broken our education system is.
Right.
We came to know how broken our work ethics are. Right? We came to know how disconnected we are with nature. Right? It also pardafash kiya on the pharma as to how we heal. Right? Even that, I think if we're given time, right, we can heal ourselves. That's like sleep is very important. Sleep is not about just sleeping, Manjan. I'll tell you one thing, people misunderstand this. Sleep is when you give your time, your body to heal. And I've been talking about this quite some time, so maybe like
all your cells and everything regenerate at that particular point in time.
By the way, even sleep actually affects mental health.
Yes, exactly.
It does. So I think COVID actually forced us to get into the sleep mode where you can sleep longer if possible. Not
actually,
you, Father. You're a busy lady, of course.
No, wait, Altu Baba, that's not really true. I'm gonna send out this to all our bandhus who are listening who have kids in school, especially the tweens, the teens, these kids. This is a very, very affected age range, Pandajan, because of the fact that they have to do a lot of the studying themselves. These kids are arranging Zoom calls late into the night. They're collaborating with their friends. They're studying late because they have to perform, right? And a lot of our kids, especially the South Asian community, the Asian communities, all these communities are very competitive, right? And they want to be able to do everything. They want to be in the DECA club. They want to be in the public speaking club. They want to be doing charity. They want to be doing this, that. So many different things that, and academics. They have to have a 4.0 GPA. They have to have there's so many things that they're actually sacrificing on their sleep. And it's resulting, like Altu Baba said, mental health issues that are coming up in the general anxiety disorder, major depressive disorder, suicidal ideation even in teens. And I'm not kidding. It's not the handful or the fringe kids, Bandajan. It is every kid that is at risk right now because of the fact that and so much screen exposure, right? It's really, really kind of a scary thing. But coming back to the flu shot discussion, Manjan, a sleep specialist Matthew Walker says that insufficient sleep in the week before in the whole week, not just the night before, it's the whole week, getting a flu shot can lead to the production of less than 50% of the normal antibody response.
What?
Yes. It is a reaction that could render the flu shot largely ineffective, Walker told Amanpour. Walker specializes in the relationship between sleep and human health at the University of California, Berkeley. Now, we have known 3 people at least who took the flu shot and got sick the next day.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, we know a teenager that we met, remember, who took a flu shot and got sick the next day.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other people who are very healthy people also, like, in the sense that who run, who hike, people who are physically
Exercise,
active.
watch what they eat and all.
Watch what they eat.
That's not me, Badujan.
Yeah, and they
No,
got
actually,
sick as well.
I
So
take it back.
it could possibly be that they're not resting enough.
Yeah.
Maybe they're overworking, and some people are really overworking their bodies at
Yeah,
this
what a
particular
bad
point.
word to use in the morning, Faltwani.
Yeah, overworking.
No, that's like, 2 bad words.
Okay.
Over and working.
Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because this is flu season and many of you are looking to get the flu shot.
So 1 week, make sure you sleep properly, eat properly, then go for a flu shot.
Hey, not just 1 week.
Hey, but
Please make
actually,
sure.
if you do that for a 1 week, right, I don't require the flu shot also afterwards. I would think that's what Supreme Leader will say.
Yeah, and you know what? There's that if you sleep for 1 week, you don't need the flu shot.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude.
Of course. I
Seriously.
don't think he's a vaxxer. I think he's a...
What's a vaxxer? Oh my God! Don't
No,
talk.
no, I'm not asking you. I'm
Oh,
talking
you know,
about...
I have some news about him. Do you want to know?
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, President Donald Trump campaigned in the crucial battleground state of Pennsylvania yesterday, telling supporters that he needed a second term in the White House to ensure a successful recovery from the coronavirus pandemic and its economic fallout.
Yeah.
And he said that his victory could put him over the top in the November 3rd election and warned that Democratic rival Joe Biden would decimate the state's energy and manufacturing jobs.
I really want to know one thing. Where did he get money, or where did he give the orders for all the banners and t-shirts of MAGA this time?
Why?
Did he go to China?
Oh, Altu Baba, that was a huge news item that came out yesterday, right?
That's why I'm asking you. Where did it go?
It must have gone to China, Banujad.
Why didn't he go to
Sweatshops.
India? Had he gone to India, different issue.
Yeah, and yesterday there was news that came out with regard to the fact that he has bank accounts in China.
Of course.
And he pays taxes
In China? He pays taxes in
He
China.
pays taxes in China.
Oh my God.
Yes, Banujad.
So otherwise he's funding the Communist Party.
Yeah. Well, yes, Banujad, I think that is true. And I'll tell you why. Because the Times of India did a report. And this is the report that they did, Altu Baba. Defeat for Trump would mean some other world leaders were going to be losing out. This is actually a Bloomberg report as well.
Yeah.
If Donald Trump is forced from the White House in the November election, he won't be the only loser. Though many governments would likely celebrate the end of the most unconventional and at times chaotic US presidency of modern times, others will have reason to miss it. For the leaders of Turkey, North Korea, and Israel, the ledger has almost been entirely positive. Trump's election would election
Ousting.
ejection, ousting would confront them with immediate challenges. The scorecard for countries like China is more nuanced. Even so, what the mostly authoritarian winners from Trump's 4 years in office have in common is a fear that his departure would spell the return of a more conventional U.S. foreign policy.
I wouldn't say conventional, more democratic, more
Yeah.
people-oriented policy.
Yeah, exactly. That could see that the US is mending alliances, promoting universality of values such
Yeah.
as democracy, human rights, or the fight against climate change. The president embraces all these thugs in the world, Trump's opponent Joe Biden said at a recent town hall event as he sought to highlight the political divide.
But in a way, he also is. Come on, you can't do a thing. Biden, I think I take offense to this, Bidenji. I think Biden is doing a wrong thing. Come on, Trump is an autocrat. He is a person he's supreme leader. So he will be along with his cronies, right?
Well, here's the thing. That is the thing. So he's got. Who
so
does he have friends who he shares a wonderful chemistry with? Kim Jong Un.
Yeah, of
He
course.
goes
Well,
and he
Kim
meets.
Jong Un is no longer alive. He's
No,
gone.
he is. Hey, there was a recent video that came out about it. That could be his body double. You never know, but
Exactly. Does he have lost weight?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what happened, right?
Yeah.
Nobody in the country is actually the size of what he is. So they had to actually feed the body double enough to put on some weight to seem like him.
Oh Lord.
Is what my conspiracy is.
Anyway, Altu Baba, be careful. He is the supreme leader of North Korea.
Ah.
Well, well, here's the thing. A Democratic president has said that they will not meet without preconditions, but Trump kept going there and eventually never got a deal. So he could be affected, that relationship. Mohammed bin Salman is a really good friend of Donald Trump. The Saudi crown prince made important gains, above all Trump's withdrawal from the 2015 nuclear deal with Iran, his country's mortal rival. So this Trump also offered personal support and vetoed congressional sanctions when Mohammed bin Salman, as he's known, was besieged by allegations that he ordered the 2018 murder of prominent regime critic Jamal Khashoggi.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have also Recep Tayyip Erdogan, another authoritarian leader.
Yeah. Did you talk about Xi Jinping?
Xi Jinping also.
Yeah, because Ivanka Trump has got a business in China, right?
Yes. In fact, even though Trump appears to be very aggressive in his stance, Panajan, Chinese officials have said on balance that the leadership would prefer that Trump get re-elected. That's right, Pandajan. Beijing's concern about Biden is that he would try to create a more coordinated international effort in dealing with China while maintaining pressure on trade and technology. Even so, China might benefit from a less emotive relationship with Washington if Trump loses, according to Zhu Feng, a professor of international relations at Nanjing University.
Yeah, and just imagine Malabar Parota along with ketchup, American ketchup. Haha. What a killer combination.
God, terrible. Fellow.
Have you had it?
And most importantly, who else, Altu Baba?
Who else?
Vladimir Putin.
Hey, Putin is not going to be affected, Fatwani. Come on, he's the one affecting all these people.
Well, I don't know about all that, but I know one thing for sure. But the giant former president Barack Obama is going to make his first appearance on the campaign trail on Wednesday. That's today for Democratic nominee Joe Biden, who is locked in a tight race with Donald Trump in crucial states 13 days before the U.S. general election. Obama, who served 8 years in office with Biden as his vice president, will urge supporters to vote early for Biden and other Democratic candidates at an outdoor drive-in rally. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania's biggest city, and aide to the former president has said. White House's Larry Kudlow is saying that it was a sunny and optimistic morning in terms of negotiations on a coronavirus relief bill with House of Reps Democratic leaders. And he says that things are moving in a favorable direction, but he can't promise anything, but things are definitely getting better. However, the White House and congressional Democrats who kept up the negotiations are going to be faced by opposition by the Republican-controlled Senate, where conservatives object to the $1 trillion plus price tag. After quickly passing more than $3 trillion in relief early this year, aimed at salving the heavy human and economic toll.
I don't understand why they have to be against the number. You know why?
Why?
The money is going for the people. Oh, in a way they're right. It's not going to go for the people. It's going to go to their own 1% of population.
Yeah.
That's why they're objecting. Okay.
No, actually, they're not. They're objecting because the Democrats want to make sure they're actually calling for money to go to the common man. They're saying that, that $600 per week, those stimulus payments should be kept up because things are not looking up for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So, eviction moratoriums are being lifted at some places and, people are not able to make rent if they're not able to get back to work.
Yeah.
Businesses are not able to open, Bandhujan, because a lot of places are really worried and some of them have taken such a huge hit that they've not been able to survive this shutdown. So, Congress, of course, has failed to pass any measures since April to respond to a disease that has killed more than 221,000 Americans as of today.
Mm-hmm.
Also, let's tell you, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut on Tuesday urged their residents to not travel between the three states as the U.S. Northeast sees a rise in COVID-19 cases. There's a resurgence.
Wait a minute. I thought New York actually eased up the things, right? Or have they increased?
They're telling them not to travel between states because they're seeing a resurgence in the number of cases.
Okay.
And California said major theme parks, including Disneyland, would not be opening anytime soon. The moves in two of the most populous regions of the United States came during a new surge in coronavirus infections. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said 300,000 more people had died nationwide in 2020 than in a typical year. The CDC, yeah, 300,000 more people have died.
Quite a
Bandajan.
number, Virgin.
Yeah. And they said 2/3 of those deaths were caused directly by COVID-19 illnesses. And they did not provide specific explanations for the rest of the fatalities, but said it expects them to be related to the coronavirus. In Italy, too, Bandajan, they've registered 15,199 new coronavirus infections over the past 24 hours. The health ministry said on Wednesday the highest daily tally since the start of the current country's outbreak, and up from a previous record of 11,705 that was posted on Sunday. They said that they saw 10,874 new cases of the highly contagious virus yesterday, Bandajan. So this is, and there have been about 127 COVID-related deaths there as well. So yeah, there is a resurgence, but people are looking at trying to ease up restrictions, and also if you practice, right now we are better, right? We're smarter right now. We are supposed to follow all the physical distancing protocols and be careful and exercise precaution, right? Some news internationally. The Pope says in a film released on Wednesday that homosexuals also should be protected by civil union laws in some of the clearest language he has used on the rights of gay people. He says they have a right to be in a family, they are children of God, and they have a right to a family. Nobody should be thrown out or be made miserable over it, he said in his documentary Francesco by Oscar-nominated director Evgeny Afinevsky. And let's go on over and tell you about, I told you about the French kid, right? The Chechen teenager who beheaded a French teacher for showing caricatures of Prophet Muhammad in class had actually paid students to identify him in front of the school, Altubaba. France's anti-terrorism prosecutor said on Wednesday. And guess how much he paid?
How much?
Only about 300 euros. And he beheaded that French teacher. I also want to share with you that Verizon is doing really well. They beat estimates for a third quarter profit on Wednesday, helped by strong demand for its phone and internet services as offices and schools continue to operate virtually amid the COVID-19 pandemic. PayPal is going to be allowing customers to hold Bitcoin and other virtual coins in its online wallet and shop using cryptocurrencies at the 26 million merchants on its network. And Microsoft President Brad Smith told a gathering of security and defense officials today, that the world is under a constant barrage of cyber attacks that must be identified, called out, and stopped. Otherwise, democracy is at risk. And in news from India, Bandajan, I told you about the Rangoli Chandel and the Kangana Ranaut, who are being summoned by the Mumbai police and they've been asked to show up at the Bandra police station because an FIR was registered about them for allegedly spreading religious disharmony. For now, they're supposed to appear on the 26th and the 27th of October. And in Pakistan, a high-profile kidnapping of a police chief, allegedly by official paramilitary troops, has signaled deepening of the political turmoil in the country, bracing for further opposition protests aimed at ousting Prime Minister Imran Khan. More on all of these stories you can go and look up on MediaMahima.com. Manajan, that's all we have time for on this morning's Good Morning Day. We'll be back tonight, live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show. Till then, make sure that you stay safe, stay happy, and keep singing All Is Well.
दिल इडियट है प्यार से उसको समझा ले होठ घुमाओ सीढ़ी बजा के बोल भैया all is well अरे भैया all is well अरे चाचू all is well
Bandajan, this is your darling Faltu Rani, and let me tell you, Bandajan.